Hey everybody, it is once again getting late in the evening and I have not had an opportunity to get down here in the fish room and get anything done, let alone get any video shot. So tonight we're just going to do another feeding video here on my 125 gallon New World tank. This tank's always enjoyable to look at. So let me get around there. We'll start by getting some flake food in the tank. And I think today we will be using my Marineland color enhancing flakes, although I think of these as crisps. And I'm actually going to need to make a little bit of room. The water sprite's getting so crowded up here that it's going to prevent the fish from feeding up in the front in the middle section. There we go. And it looks like the tilapia is in the back harassing the pleco. But the tilapia has been a lot more outgoing lately, so we might get to see it come around and join the festivities. I'm going to go around and get the other tanks fed now with the flakes, and then I'll come back once the fish have done their initial frenzy, and we'll throw some sinking algae wafers in there. That always gets everybody excited too. So give me a minute and I'll be right back. My regular viewers will know I've been dealing with one of my mystery snails, my only remaining mystery snail actually. Been acting unusual, very listless, and I thought the other day perhaps that it was dead, so I put it in a separate pitcher just to keep an eye on it, and I do believe it is now dead. I looked at it this morning and the trap door was hanging open a little bit. It seemed a little bit, I don't know, if it died, it was just dead. There was no smell associated with it. It didn't smell like a dead animal or anything. And it wasn't like limp and gooey, but there was definitely not a lot of muscle tone going on. It just didn't feel like it was retracting and pulling back in. So again, I don't really know how to take the pulse of a snail to find out whether it really is dead or not. But I'm pretty sure it's gone at this point. I am just letting it sit in the bucket there, just in case. You never know. If I see it start moving around or crawling around the tank or whatever, or crawling around in the pitcher, I can always do something with it. But I think after another day or two, we're going to find out that it's just completely gone. Alright, let's get some algae wafers crumbled up in there if I can find where I left the algae wafers. Found them. So everybody knows what's coming now. This is the good stuff here. The flake food is just the appetizer. I always break the wafers up into a bunch of crumbles. That way everybody can get a piece and swim away with it. Looks like the tilapia is still in the back of the tank. I don't know if it made an appearance or not. while I was going around and feeding everybody else. And yes, I do put quite a few algae wafers in this tank. Between the tilapia that almost exclusively eats vegetation, the silver dollars in there tear these things up, the creek chubs eat them, everything in this tank eats these algae wafers. But I've also got that big pleco in the back, which is basically predominantly a vegetation eater. And I even want to say that the silver dollars might be predominantly vegetation eaters. I'm not 100% sure on that. I know they do love their vegetation. I don't know. I just don't know if that's the predominant aspect of their diet or not. So, alright, let me get around and get everybody else fed with the algae wafers. Alright, I still don't know if the tilapia ever came out and made an appearance or not, but we're going to be wrapping the video up because I've got to get on upstairs and start working on my own very late dinner this evening. So I still need to get those two creek chubs out. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they're dead center in the middle of your screen right now next to that big minnow. One's actually swimming off to the left. Here he comes, coming back again. So those two need to come out of there, and then that big sucker fish you can see down at the bottom moving that branch around that's lying against the front of the tank. You can see how big he's getting. And probably that great big minnow that you may or may not be able to see swimming into screen right now. I think it's swimming into screen right now, right on the far left side of the screen, that big minnow. All those fish probably still need to come out of this tank, but I just have not gotten around to even thinking about it. I did a bunch of work in here recently. I got a bunch of the other fish out, and I've just kind of let the tank rest ever since then. In fact, we're due for a water change and a little bit of maintenance, so maybe next time I'm in there doing a water change and we got the water level low, I'll be able to get in there and try to get those creek chubs out or something. I don't know. Make sure you're subscribed. That way you won't miss that or anything else I've got coming up. You never know what it's going to be with me. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching. And don't forget, of course, this is my 125-gallon New World tank. So thanks again. I'll see you real soon in the next one.